Wow, my last video aged like fine wine. In the funniest way possible. Random Thursdays seems to be the day everything Xenoblade gets announced, because on February 19th, Nintendo would shadow drop the long-awaited upgrade to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. What a bizarre announcement. It took nearly 8 months to get a patch after finding out that a 60 FPS mode exists in the code, and suddenly out of nowhere it's a Switch 2 edition instead of a free upgrade, so we gotta pay up and look at this hilarious title. So for 5 bones, you get a 4K upscale and 60 FPS. It's what we all wanted, right? Now, with all that being said, is it worth it? Alright, let's break down the positives, which is that smooth, silky 60 FPS, baby. While we've had ways to play Xenoblade at 60, unofficially, finally being able to play at silky smooth frame rates on actual hardware is a dream come true. I never thought Xenoblade really needed the 60 FPS, but who am I to complain about better response time? The UI is still capped at 30 FPS, which rectifies the issues those ways had, so QTEs aren't sped up to fuck with your muscle memory. It does come at the cost of the map menu being a bit jittery, but I think it's a fine trade-off. It's great that all the in-engine cutscenes run at 60 as well, giving Monolith's already stellar cutscenes a boost in fluidity. Both of these alone already justify a third dip back into Mira for me. Whether it's flying around Mira in the Harassvelg, or keeping up the flow state while in overdrive, Xenoblade X's godlike gameplay has never felt better. Now, all that performance talk is lovely, but what about the other half of the package? That glorious 4K resolution bump? Well, what the hell happened here? They done fucked up my Xenoblade X! Not sure what upscaler they used because this isn't DLSS or FSR. Those upscalers don't make it look like you turned on the pixel smoothing option in an emulator. Especially since we've seen decent to great results from both on Switch 2. It might be an internal upscaling solution or a byproduct of SMAA causing smearing at a high resolution. But whatever it is, it doesn't look good. It's quite noticeable on a 4K TV and doubly so in handheld. It's at its worst when characters are standing still as they turn into blobs of oily mush. I thought Switch 2 editions were supposed to up my image quality, not destroy it. It looks fine when you zoom the camera all the way in, but let's be real, no one's playing the game this way, and you'll be only a millimeter of zoom away before your characters and environment are drenched in an internal heat haze. The game still looks like Xenoblade X, but these artifacts are noticeable enough to see something's off. The lack of an LOD bump just exacerbates the oily image problems even more. While I know why Monolith decided not to use DLSS due to the colossal amount of work needed to implement motion vectors into their engine, I would have been fine waiting longer if it meant getting a better product. Not to mention the strange cutscene issues in handheld mode, it's just sloppy all around. This Switch 2 edition is just not it, man. The silky smooth 60 FPS is a boon to making the moment-to-moment gameplay feel that much better. But it's not worth it at the cost to a core aspect of Xenoblade's identity. With every other IP getting their sexy 4K 60 FPS splash on Nintendo's next generation console via either free or paid upgrades with flying colors, seeing Xenoblade get the shortest end of the stick is so fucking frustrating. Especially since the open-air Zelda games are the perfect blueprint for how to do a Switch 2 edition right, upping the resolution and upscaling from there. It's just a shame they didn't put in the same effort into their predecessor. I hope whenever they get to making Switch 2 upgrades of the numbered trilogy, especially Xenoblade 2, this is not the way to go about it. I would rather Monolith waste resources making a Xenoblade 2 DE and buying it at full price if it means I don't have to see my favorite game of all time turn into this. Ugh. This is probably the second worst Switch 2 edition Nintendo has pumped out, barely escaping Jamboree TV spot. I don't know which one's worse, paying for this upgrade or getting it for free. I think getting this patch regardless of its price would have pissed me off all the same. Now, time to answer the ultimate question. Is this Switch 2 edition worth your $5? It depends on if you really want that 60 FPS experience. If you do, you'll get value out of it, even if the game was dipped in Vaseline. But for everyone else, wait until a patch comes to resolve these issues. If you haven't played XDE already and were waiting for the Switch 2 version to drop, then play the Switch 1 version for the time being, because Xenoblade X is an incredible open-world RPG, regardless if it's stuck on last-gen performance settings. It's sad to see this long-awaited upgrade to launch in this state, but what do you guys think? Think I'm wrong and XDE Switch 2 edition is well worth it? Or do you all agree that this is a shoddy job? Leave it down in the comments. But no matter what side you're on, we can all agree that this title's funny, right?